My fiancée slept with 3 guys and expected forgiveness. So I gave her a wedding gift she'll never forget. You ever have one of those moments where your whole life just flips? Like in a single second, everything you thought was solid turns to absolute shut. Yeah, that was me. The night before my wedding. I always pictured it would be full of nerves and butterflies. Maybe I'd have a few beers with my boys, talk about how wild it is to be getting married, laugh a little, stress about if I'd cry during my vows. You know, normal pre-wedding stuff. Instead, I found out my fiancée Amanda had been celebrating our future with 3 complete strangers. Not metaphorically. Literally. A hotel room, drinks, a bachelorette party turned full-blown betrayal. And this wasn't some blurry rumor or he said she said nonsense. Nah, I got proof. It started with a text from one of Amanda's own bridesmaids, out of nowhere. I can't let you marry her. Check your email. I felt sick reading that. Something in my chest just dropped. My fingers were shaking when I clicked into my inbox, and there it was. Photos. A video. Screenshots of some group chat. Amanda's voice, all slurry and drunk, yelling, "It's my last free night, bitches, no regrets." The worst part, she was laughing. She looked happy. Happier than I'd seen her in months. And the dudes, no idea who they were. Total randos, hands everywhere. I saw way more than I ever should have. I dropped my phone. I just sat there on the floor of our apartment, staring into space like someone had unplugged my brain. My ears were ringing. I didn't cry, not then. I just went cold. I didn't message her, didn't call, didn't rage, I didn't even scream. I went quiet, dangerously quiet. I stood up, packed a bag, grabbed the dog, canceled the honeymoon, called the venue and told them to expect a no-show groom. I didn't explain why, and I told nobody, not even my best man, not even my mom. Why? Because I didn't want excuses. I didn't want to hear her cry or say it didn't mean anything or I was drunk or it was just a mistake. Nah, some things you don't come back from. Some lines, once you cross them, that's it. So I left. Gone before sunrise. Drove out of the city, no GPS, just vibes and heartbreak and my dog Olive sitting quietly in the passenger seat like she knew. But I wasn't done yet. Before I left our apartment, I did one last thing. I took my tux, the one Amanda helped pick out, the one I'd tried on a dozen times to make sure I wouldn't look like an awkward penguin in wedding photos, and I hung it right on the closet door. I pinned a little note to the lapel. Handwritten, Sharpie bleeding through the paper. I hoped the 3 of them were worth it. I didn't even sign it. She'd know. Then I grabbed Olive's leash, tossed my phone in the glove box, and hit the road. No plan. No destination. Just gone. The wedding was supposed to start at 2 p.m. At 2:06, I finally turned my phone back on. Not because I wanted to talk to anyone, just wanted to see the carnage. Over 100 missed calls. Amanda, her mom, my mom, groomsmen, bridesmaids. The damn caterer called twice. I didn't answer a single one. The thought of Amanda standing there, done up in that overpriced designer dress in front of everyone she knew, trying to explain why the groom never showed. I'd be lying if I said it didn't give me a sick sense of satisfaction. Not because I wanted to humiliate her, but because I needed her to feel it. Feel the hole she blew through everything we'd built. Feel the weight of what she threw away for a one-night ego trip. Feel the silence I gave her instead of rage. And let me tell you, silence is louder than screaming. I imagined the whispers, the awkward glances, her crying to her mom, people asking, "What happened?" over and over until she couldn't fake it anymore. No dramatic scene, no shouting match, just nothing. I stayed in a little hotel 2 hours away, checked in under a fake name, ordered a burger, watched Olive curl up next to me on the bed like she was guarding my broken pieces. And I let myself breathe for the first time in days. I didn't cry until the next morning. Not because I missed Amanda. I cried for the life I thought I was about to have. For the future that disappeared in a single email. For the realization that the person I trusted most was capable of looking me in the eye one day and betraying me the next. But mostly I cried because I knew, really knew, that I could never go back. And I wouldn't want to. Let Amanda deal with the wreckage. Let her answer the questions. Let her explain the note on the tux. Let her tell our guests why the groom vanished like a ghost. Me? I'd already made my exit. And this was just the beginning of her reckoning. The first text I got the next morning wasn't from Amanda. It was from her mom. "I don't know what happened yesterday, but you humiliated Amanda in front of everyone. You owe her an explanation." That one made me laugh. "I humiliated her? Sure, Carol. Let's ignore your daughter's three-dude joyride and focus on the guy who didn't stick around to play the clueless husband." Classic. Then the text started piling in again. Screenshots. Posts. People were talking. Amanda's picture-perfect wedding day had turned into a public mess. The guests got fed up after an hour of silence and headed to the open bar. By the time Amanda finally came out and tearfully told them he just left me, they were already gossiping in full force. But she left out the most important detail. She didn't mention the video, or the photos, or the fact that I had every reason to walk. She just played the jilted bride. Pity party. Population Amanda. I didn't speak up. Not yet. I didn't need to. Someone else did it for me. By noon, the same bridesmaid who sent me the original message had had enough. She posted the screenshots in a private Facebook group full of mutual friends and family, and then someone leaked it. It didn't take long before the screenshots were everywhere. Not viral, but enough that anyone who knew us knew the truth. People were shocked. Not because Amanda had cheated, that was gross enough, but because she had the nerve to pretend like I ghosted her for no reason. Cue the group chats lighting up. Her friends split like the Red Sea. Half of them were trying to defend her. She was drunk. It was her bachelorette party. He overreacted. But the other half? Oh, they were done. One girl straight up said, "Drunk isn't a hall pass. You don't accidentally sleep with three dudes." That line? Legendary. Meanwhile, Amanda kept calling, texting, voice messages, crying, begging, swearing it didn't mean anything, that it was just a mistake. She didn't know I'd already seen everything. And worse, I wasn't alone anymore, because someone else had reached out. Someone unexpected. Her ex. Yeah, let's call him Nate. I knew of him, Amanda's college boyfriend. She always described him as immature, emotionally unavailable, and obsessed with her. She made him sound like a disaster. But he messaged me, totally out of nowhere, like, "Hey, I know we've never talked, but I saw what happened. If you ever want the full truth about Amanda, I've got it." I'll admit, at first I was like, nah, I don't need to get in deeper. But curiosity's a hell of a drug, and my pride was still bleeding. So I said, "Go ahead, what do you know?" Turns out, Amanda's last free night wasn't a one-time slip. Nate told me Amanda had always been like this, charming, magnetic, and reckless as hell. Said she cheated on him too, more than once. The kicker, one of the guys from the Bachelorette video, same dude she'd been with back then. So this wasn't some drunk mistake. It was a pattern. That's when it clicked. The time she'd stayed late at work for no reason. The way her phone was always face down. The girls' trips that didn't include any actual girls I ever met. I'd ignored it because I loved her, because I wanted the fairy tale, but she was never going to give me that. What she didn't expect. I wasn't going to sit back and lick my wounds. Nope. I had a plan. A week later, I showed up at a mutual friend's engagement party. She was there looking like she hadn't slept since the wedding day disaster. Eye bags, fake smile, dress a little too tight, trying to put together the illusion that her life wasn't crumbling. I didn't show up alone. I brought a friend. Her name was Haley. She and Amanda had gone to high school together, kinda kept in touch online, but Haley and I, we'd been reconnecting, talking, venting, laughing. She was real, grounded, sharp, and absolutely stunning. And Amanda hated her. I walked into that party, Haley on my arm, both of us calm, collected, looking like the happier version of the couple Amanda and I never quite were. Amanda's jaw might have hit the damn floor. I didn't gloat. I didn't even talk to her. Just raised my glass when she looked over and smiled. Call it petty if you want, but to me, that was closure. She betrayed me in private. She humiliated me publicly. I gave her silence. Then I gave her the image of everything she lost, dressed in red lipstick and confidence, standing right beside me. And trust me, we were just getting started. You'd think getting exposed cheating on your fiancé with 3 random dudes would be enough to make someone disappear for a while. But nah, Amanda doubled down. A few days after the party, my cousin texted me a screenshot from Facebook. Amanda had made this long, dramatic post about being blindsided, saying I abandoned her at the altar and spread false rumors to destroy her reputation. False. Rumors. Girl, there was video evidence. Your own words, slurring no regrets into the front-facing camera like a girl boss on crack. She even added this paragraph that made me laugh out loud. It's so heartbreaking to know the man I loved couldn't forgive me for a single mistake. Relationships take work, but he gave up on us without even trying. Without even trying. Right? Because what every healthy marriage needs is a gangbang warm-up. The comments under her post were chaos. Some people were eating it up like it was Netflix. You're so brave. He didn't deserve you anyway. Everything happens for a reason. But there were others. Oh, there were others. People calling her out, posting the screenshots again. One girl said, "We all saw the receipts, Amanda. Stop pretending." And guess what? She deleted the post. Not even 24 hours later, but that wasn't the end of it. That night, I got a call from a blocked number. I answered by instinct, and it was Amanda, sobbing, whispering like she was in a horror movie. "Please, can we talk?" I should have hung up, but I didn't, because part of me needed to hear it. So I listened. She started begging, apologizing, blaming the alcohol, saying she was scared, saying she missed me, that she was willing to go to therapy, church, rehab, whatever. Then came the kicker. It didn't mean anything. I was just scared about the wedding. It was a panic response. I let her finish, let her dig the hole deeper. Then I said one thing, "Amanda, you didn't panic. You planned it." Silence, and she knew I was right. I hung up, and this time I blocked the number for good. But the fallout didn't stop there. Because when someone like Amanda feels power slipping away, they don't disappear. They strike back. I blocked her number, blocked her socials, scrubbed her from my life like she was mold in a rented bathroom. And for a hot second, it felt like peace. But Amanda doesn't do peace. A few days later, my HR rep called me at work. "Yeah, you read that right. Hey, sorry to bother you, but someone filed an anonymous complaint about your conduct outside the office, said it could be reflecting poorly on the company's image." Guess who? Amanda had filed a complaint claiming I was sharing sexually explicit content involving her, mocking a private mental health struggle, and harassing her through third parties. All of it was bullshit. The explicit content? The videos and screenshots that she sent to people and that I never once posted or forwarded. Mocking mental health? I hadn't said a damn word about her in public. And harassment? Please. I was ghosting her harder than my gym membership. Thankfully, my company did their due diligence. I showed them the messages, the timeline, everything. HR cleared me and even apologized. Said, "This seems like a personal matter that got way out of hand." You think? Amanda tried to burn my life down out of spite, and for what? So she wouldn't have to admit to the world that she was the villain in her own damn story? I was pissed. But I didn't go nuclear. Not yet. Instead, I made a quiet call to a friend of mine, a journalist, local magazine, knew a little bit about viral drama, relationship exposés, and poetic justice. I told her the story, sent her everything. I gave her the receipts, and I gave her permission. She changed the names, blurred the faces, but it was obvious to anyone who knew us. The article went up under the title, "Left at the Altar, When Cheating Isn't a Mistake, It's a Pattern." And the internet ate it up. Amanda? She couldn't post a selfie without someone commenting something like, "Hope this one's not married," or "Three's company, huh?" Her brand deals? She lost 2 of them. Turns out lifestyle brands don't love being linked to wedding scandals and public meltdowns. It wasn't about revenge at that point. It was about truth. I didn't want her hurt. I wanted her accountable. But yeah, watching the karma boomerang right into her perfect little influencer face, that was satisfying. And I wasn't even done. Because the final twist? I had someone new in my life. Not a rebound, not a distraction. Someone who had been there, quietly, through all of it. And she was about to help me close this chapter in the most unexpected way. You know that feeling when someone walks into your life and doesn't try to fix the broken parts, just sits with you in the rubble, calm and steady? That was Lily. She wasn't flashy, she wasn't loud, but she saw me. Like really saw me, past the hurt, past the anger, past the public train wreck that had become my life. We met in the least romantic place possible, the dog park. Olive, my emotional support mutt with a Napoleon complex, tried to fight her golden retriever Max. Lily just laughed. "He's got little dog syndrome." You'd think he was 90 pounds with a bank account, I said. That made her snort laugh. We ended up walking together, and then we did it again and again. Until one night, we sat in her car for 2 hours just talking about everything. About exes and trust and why some people make you feel small just so they can feel bigger. She didn't flinch when I told her the full Amanda story, just blinked once and said, I hope she never gets a chance to apologize. Some people don't deserve closure. God, that hit. Lily didn't want to be my distraction. She wasn't looking to play therapist or fill some space Amanda left behind. She just stayed. And she did something that no one else had done. She reminded me that love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's in the way someone remembers how you take your coffee, or holds your gaze when you're too tired to speak, or grabs your hand at a party when Amanda walks in uninvited. Oh yeah, that happened. 6 weeks after the article dropped, there was a mutual friend's birthday. I almost didn't go, but Lily said, let her see. Not you bitter, not you broken, you happy, that's your revenge. Amanda showed up half an hour late, like she needed the spotlight. She didn't see us at first, but when she did, it was like watching a crack form in marble. Lily, in her simple black dress and red lipstick, leaned over and whispered, smile for the girl who thought she broke you. I smiled. Amanda approached, eyes wide. Can we talk? Lily tightened her grip on my hand. I said, calm as hell, there's nothing left to say. Go find someone else to lie to. And that was it. No yelling, no dramatics. Just the clean break she never expected me to make. Later that night, Lily and I slow danced in her living room. No music. Just her fingers tracing the back of my neck and the sound of our breathing syncing like we'd done it forever. And I realized I wasn't angry anymore. Amanda was just a chapter. Lily? She was the whole damn book. It had been almost a year since everything. Since I'd vanished on wedding day, since Amanda blew up my life, since Lily walked in and made me believe in slow, quiet peace again. We moved in together 4 months ago. It's small, 1 bedroom, creaky floor, windows that rattle when it rains, but it's ours. Olive has claimed the couch. Max brings in half the sticks in the neighborhood. We're a mess, and it's beautiful. I hadn't thought about Amanda in a while. Not really. Not until I came home one Tuesday and found a letter in the mailbox. No return address. Just my name in handwriting I used to know better than my own. Amanda? I stood in the driveway holding that envelope like it was ticking. My chest got tight, not from fear, just from memory. All the old stuff whispering from under the surface. Lily came out, saw me staring at it. Want me to burn it? I smiled. Tempting. We sat on the steps together. I opened it. No apology. No, I'm sorry for humiliating you, or I shouldn't have tried to ruin your life. None of that. Just this. I heard you're with someone new. I hope she knows what she's getting. I loved the best parts of you first. Don't forget that. Ed. Lily read it after I did. She didn't get angry. She didn't flinch. She just looked up at me, tilted her head a little. She really thinks she made you, she said. She didn't, I said back. She just sharpened me. We burned the letter in the sink. I watched the edges curl, watched her words dissolve into ash. And I swear to God, it felt like a second wedding. Only this time, I showed up. And I wasn't alone. Later that night, Lily kissed my shoulder as we got into bed and whispered, "You're allowed to be happy now. You don't need to keep carrying her ghost." I let out a breath I didn't know I'd been holding since that day. And I finally believed it. Because yeah, Amanda knew the boy I was. But Lily? She got the man I became. Drop a comment. What would you have done if you found out days before the wedding? Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more insane betrayal stories, epic revenge, and real-life drama with the perfect twist. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.